If you clicked this video expecting a list of flattering compliments so you can sit back and think, yeah, I've still got it, let me stop you right there. That's not what this is. You probably see yourself as average, maybe even invisible some days, and I'm not here to give you an ego massage. I'm here to tell you the uncomfortable psychological truth. Sexual attractiveness has almost nothing to do with perfection. It's about perception. And here's the part most women don't realize. Half the women who quietly drive men crazy have no idea they're doing it. So before you scroll away thinking, this isn't me, stay with me, because if even 2 of these signs apply to you, you're far more magnetic than you believe. Let's get something clear. Sexual attractiveness is not about being the loudest woman in the room. It's not about filters, fillers, or looking like you stepped out of a photo shoot. It's an energy, a psychological signal that quietly says, I know who I am and I don't need permission to exist. When you carry that signal, men don't just notice you, they feel you. It hits the primal part of their brain that decides, I want her, long before logic ever shows up. Before we break this down, real quick, if you like content that goes deeper than surface-level dating advice, hit subscribe. This channel is for people who want psychological clarity, not cliches. And if you've ever felt misunderstood, overlooked, or quietly powerful, you're exactly who this is for. Sign 1. You radiate unbothered confidence without trying. Picture this. You're at a cafe. Your friend is panic refreshing her phone, triple texting a guy who hasn't replied in 5 minutes. You're sipping your latte, scrolling memes, completely unfazed. That energy is lethal, because sexual attraction begins the moment a man senses emotional control. Not fake confidence, not I don't care attitude, the real kind. The quiet calm of someone who knows her value isn't up for negotiation. Here's what most women miss. Men aren't magnetized by beauty, they're magnetized by certainty. When you walk into a room without checking who's watching, when you laugh too loud without apologizing, when you wear something because you like it, not because it hopes it lands well. His subconscious reads that as she doesn't need validation, she chooses attention, and that flips a switch. You go from someone to impress to someone mysterious enough to earn. Why it works? Because the male brain equates effort with value. When he senses you won't be easily impressed, his instincts don't chase dominance, they chase devotion. So if people describe you as hard to read, mature, or chill, congratulations, that's code for emotionally self-regulated goddess. Sign 2. You make men nervous without meaning to. I know what you're thinking. Men are nervous around me? Yes, and that's exactly the point. Men aren't nervous around women they find nice. They're nervous around women who feel dangerous to their ego. Here's the psychology. A man's primitive brain can't fully separate danger from desire. When his heart rate spikes, when his palms sweat, when his thoughts scramble, his brain labels that adrenaline as chemistry. So if men fumble their words around you, over-explain themselves, suddenly act too cool or oddly quiet, that's not disinterest, that's biochemistry. Your presence makes him self-aware, and the moment a man becomes self-aware, attraction starts. Because attraction isn't comfort, it's tension. You're creating emotional friction his brain mistakes for connection. Picture this. He's loud, confident, teasing everyone. Then you walk in. Suddenly, he's quieter, watching his words. Later, his friends joke, "Bro, what happened to you?" He shrugs, but inside he's thinking, why can't I relax around her? That's his limbic system screaming, target acquired. Never confuse nervousness with rejection. Shaking a man's sense of control is one of the most powerful attraction triggers there is. Sign 3. People mirror you without realizing it. Have you noticed this? Men start copying your body language, leaning in when you do, lowering their voice when you speak softly, even picking up your phrases. That's not coincidence, that's synchrony, one of the oldest non-verbal signs of attraction. Here's what's happening. When someone feels drawn to you, their mirror neurons activate. They subconsciously mimic your movements to create connection. But here's the twist. You're not controlling them, you're regulating them. Men crave the emotional state they feel around you. If you're calm, he calms down. If you're playful, he loosens up. If you're grounded, he suddenly wants to impress you and doesn't know why. You're not trying to be sexy, you're emotionally contagious. That's the difference between a woman who asks for attention and a woman who makes attention chase her. Your presence sets the emotional tone of the room, and you probably think you're just being nice. You're not. You're radiating control. Sign 4. You're comfortable with subtle intimacy. This one is rare. You can hold eye contact without flinching. You don't rush to fill silence. You smile softly without explaining it. And when someone compliments you, you don't deflect it. You receive it. That's sexual maturity. It's not about flirting harder. It's about being so grounded in your body that intimacy doesn't feel threatening. Here's why this messes with men. Most women swing to extremes, too guarded or too performative. But when you're comfortable simply being in connection, you send a primal signal. I'm not afraid of closeness. That's rare in a world built on attention instead of connection. Your energy says, I don't need your validation, but I'm not afraid to let you feel me. That quiet sensuality, it unravels men. They can't categorize you as just hot or just nice. You're soft and self-possessed, and that confusion makes you unforgettable. Sign 5. You don't chase, you emanate. This is the most powerful sign of all. You don't chase, you emanate. Most people think attraction requires effort. Effort in appearance, effort in flirting, effort in proving worth. But the most magnetic women, they radiate effortless value. You're not calculating how to be desirable. You're too busy being. You're genuinely curious, not performing interest. You smile when something's funny, not when it's expected. You walk like you belong, not like you're asking for space. That's not arrogance, that's energetic certainty. And here's the irony. The moment you stop performing attraction, you start embodying it. Because attraction isn't created through effort, it's revealed through authenticity. When you stop managing perception, your real frequency leaks out. And that frequency, your ease, your posture, your laughter, is what men can't explain, but can't stop thinking about. Not the outfit, not the words, the feeling. The feeling of being around a woman who isn't auditioning for love. So if you recognized yourself in even one of these signs, stop doubting your magnetism. You don't need to become more attractive. You just need to believe what your energy has already been saying. Because real sexual attractiveness doesn't scream, it hums. And once you hear it, so will everyone else. If this video put words to something you've always felt but couldn't explain, subscribe. This channel is about understanding your power, not chasing validation. And if you know someone who needs this reminder, share it with them.